catering and white company bedding. What is Club World like in 2019? Continue watching to find out for yourself. Very good evening from New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport, and today I'm crossing the pond on the Queen. New York to London is the route that every avgeek aspires to fly, and what can be better when doing so in the upper deck of a Boeing 747. Once entering British Airways Terminal 7, I found the Club World and First Class reception to the left end of the building was British Airways only priority security. I arrived airside in a matter of minutes. JFK is the most important destination for British Airways, and the airline also manages an entire terminal with 8 daily services operated solely by Boeing 777 and 747 aircrafts. I have reviewed BA's business class lounges last month when flying Q Suite, so today I'll only be filming the pre-flight dining service. Pre-flight dining service is exclusively available for British Airways evening flights and only accessible if you are holding a business class ticket. In other words, One World Elite status does not grant you access to the dining room, but only the lounge outside. The food is served in an extensive buffet and self-serve alcoholic beverages, a very convenient facility given the relatively short red-eye flights to London, where sleeping is the first priority. Due to the nasty JFK traffic, I arrived at the lounge with only 10 minutes until boarding, so I left for the gate right after filming to ensure an empty cabin when I board. British Airways 747 has one of the largest business class cabins on any 747, with a total of 86 Club World seats spread across the lower and upper deck.
Again, our pre-boarding for this service, we would first like to invite...
Pre-boarding at this time, group number 1, kindly board through gate number 4. As a reminder to all our passengers, please have your... I'll take that. I like that.
Welcome on board, and you're straight upstairs. Sorry.
British Airways' current Club World product was introduced in 2006 at a time when it was an industry-leading product. However, in today's commercial aviation, this seat certainly lacks privacy and storage spaces, and also in terms of furnishing and functions, making it look rather cheap. Here comes a huge complaint about British Airways in terms of the seat selection. Every single seats in business class are being charged, with the one I have chosen having a whopping price tag of $160 for a 6 hours flight. Now, as a cash-paying business class passenger, this is utterly preposterous. White company bedding was pre-installed on the seat upon boarding, along with a amenity bag. Before the divider is down, which is all the way until takeoff, you are basically having a staring contest with your neighbour, and this can be rather uncomfortable depending on the occasion. The upper deck is undoubtedly the way to go on a 747 to avoid the horrible high-density 242 configuration of business class downstairs. Window seats are obviously substantially more private than the ones in the aisle. Another advantage of upper deck seat is that you have enormous extra storage along the window, a practically needed perk since the seat itself offers barely any storage spaces. A bottle of water, welcome drink and menu was distributed during boarding in an efficient manner. British Airways revamped its meal service in Club World in winter of 2018, which is a huge improvement over its previous offerings.
British Airways operates Boeing 747 flight to London. Thank you very much for boarding so promptly. 5 minutes to go to our scheduled departure time, so fingers crossed we'll be pushing back to about on schedule or a few moments earlier. Some introduction for the flight deck this evening is Senior First Officer Richard Elvin, and in the cabin we have a specially selected crew led today by Cabin Service Director Paul Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, British Airways primary responsibilities for your safety and security. So, as we push back, taxi out towards the takeoff runway, the cabin crew will be giving you a safety demonstration of the safety equipment and emergency procedures used on board this Boeing 747. So please...
Safety radio, Part 3. It's back. And just a little bit different than it was before in the other evenings. We'll now demonstrate the safety features on this aircraft. Please pay attention, as these may differ from an aircraft that you've flown on before. Too much.
If the cabin air supply fails,
Flight time tonight is just under 6 hours. You can follow the approach of the flight with the flight maintaining system in front of you. Afterwards, again, shortly before our arrival into London Heathrow. But in the meantime, I'll be leaving now with a very capable man called...
Stronger tailwind heading east in the winter season, the flight time tonight is barely 6 hours, and with our arrival time being 6 AM, meal service has to be executed immediately after takeoff. The majority of the passengers in Club World skipped dinner and went straight to sleep, thanks to the pre-flight dining facility in the lounge. Dinner commenced with a glass of ginseng and warmed nuts. Breakfast card is also used to pre-order your wake-up meal. Overall, the service on board was very well attended given the small amount of passengers on the upper deck. I chose to have the salmon gravlax as a starter, accompanied by a side of bread and salad. I have to say I love the design of this tray as it ensures a nice presentation, but also put the crucially needed efficiency. Next up is the chicken breast. I don't usually order chicken on board, but this one was absolutely delicious with the sauce in the bottom. The meat was also so tender that I could cut it with my fork.
Any tea or coffee?
The last course before bedtime is a banoffee cake, basically a banana and toffee cake. With about an hour before touchdown, breakfast was served all on one tray with pastry, fruit and a warm panini, which tasted worse than what you can get from Dunkin' Donuts. BA112 is one of the earliest arrivals at Heathrow right after the end of the curfew. Approaching Heathrow from the east can always be a treat if you are on the right hand side. Overall, the sleeper service on the Queen was an uneventful one, and there is not a lot to be expected from a red-eye other than a good night's sleep, which I'd say British Airways delivers in a satisfactory manner with high quality beddings. The catering on board was also on par if not better than the offerings of other airlines on this route. The only impediment that could prevent me from flying BA is really the outrageous seat selection charge. $160 for a 6 hours flight is obviously a very cheap maneuver for a national carrier, and this fee can certainly be avoided by flying Delta or Virgin Atlantic on the same route. Will I be flying BA again on this route? Maybe not if I'm paying for this ticket, but for the Boeing 747, I also wouldn't regret for having flown this either. Thank you all for tuning in, and I wish you all enjoy living at 35,000 feet before we meet again. Good day.
Welcome to London Heathrow Terminal 5. The local time here is just approaching 6:15 in the morning.